All right, this is for the email to people about the new house monster. 5, 4, 3.
Hi, it's Lou, and welcome. I am so happy, pleased, and excited that you have become a licensee of the House Monster system. And I know what it will do for you. We've had so many successful folks truly build multi-million-dollar businesses using the House Monster as their foundation. So welcome. And today and right now on this page, you've got a powerful opportunity. And one of the things that we, you know what? I forgot what I was doing. Did that? That's not what this video is at all.
No, this is telling them in the email that there's a lot of new things.
Okay. All right.
Hang on a second. We'll just take a break. All right, this is for the email telling people about House Monster. 5, 4, 3.
Hi, it's Lou, and you are a House Monster licensee, and I want to thank you for that. You have given us a lot of faith, and you have moved your business forward in your purchase of the license for the House Monster. I've got a gift for you, so stay tuned. This is a brand new page. I'm going to give you the link to it, and this is an opportunity for you to refresh and renew yourself on an investment that you made. Now, the House Monster is a full-blown marketing system to find you buyers before you even buy real estate, or if you already own real estate, how to reform that real estate into something extremely much more profitable. So congratulations for your original purchase of that. And I wanted to give you this gift. We have revised the page, the delivery page, to give you access to the latest and greatest information on the House Monster. Because you own the House Monster, I want you to go through this page because it's going to refresh and renew a lot of the information that you've likely forgotten that you have access to. Now, hopefully this will inspire you on your business. The foundation of many businesses that I've worked with has been the House Monster, and now those businesses have become multi-million-dollar businesses. And we are so proud of that, and we want to make you also on that list for sure, an opportunity to create an amazing multi-million-dollar business for yourself and your family. So step by step, inch by inch, on this page, streetsmartinvestor.com/HM. I want you to go there, and when you go there, you're going to see this full page of details about the House Monster. Now, I've got a breakdown for you of our implementation webinar, and this is going to walk you through what to do and how to do it. And you have your physical House Monster system, and that is the full-blown product, the physical product. But on that page, you've got a PDF to get you started on the first 3 chapters. So if you want to read along right there, you've got the information to do that. 3 sections really of the House Monster. And then also there is a quick start guide. That's a quick start guide. Now that's going to take you from page to page what you need to do right away to cause leads to come in. Now, I got to tell you something. When you turn on this House Monster, just know that there's people out there that are waiting for you. And in fact, if you don't turn on your House Monster, you are not being of service to other people. Because let me tell you something. People are looking for what you have to offer. There's so many folks out there that cannot get a home of their own simply because they cannot qualify for a loan. And I'm not talking about broke people. I'm talking about people with businesses that have down payment money that can afford monthly payments. We just had one, $150,000 down that they were able to put towards their home and get our in-house financing program. We had another $100,000 down. We had another one, $50,000 down. This is all recent, and this comes from your house monster. So put the message out there to the market. You're going to be amazed who shows up. Now, the idea is this: when you've got your customer, now you can go buy real estate because you know exactly what to buy. The number of bedrooms, the number of bathrooms, the location. You know how much down payment you have to work with because that's what your customer has. You have that down payment to be able to purchase a property. You can put it under contract, bring your customer over to see that property. If they love it, you go ahead and close on that property. And now you've served that customer. You've got the income, their down payment, and you've got income on a monthly basis while they live there, while you work to improve their credit so that they can eventually get a loan from the bank or use you as the bank for the next 30, 40 years. How cool is that? So all of that's explained in your house monster. It's time now to go ahead and start reading and getting your implementation in place. Now, there's some other things available for you on this amazing resource page that I've made available to you. Another thing is you've got the video testimonials of folks that are in the program bragging about the program. You've got a video of me making a presentation in front of a live audience about our Path to Home Ownership program. You've got so much great information there. Take advantage of it, watch it, get trained on what to do and how to do it. Hey, you own the license to it, use it, and I know that you're going to have great success. Now, I want to remind you that there's another level of training available to you because you are a House Monster licensee, and that is our 3-day Millionaire Jumpstart. Now, this event, and you're going to love it, this is live and in person, so you can come see me, and we're going to go through this together. Now, the heavy focus of the Millionaire Jumpstart is buying houses right and buying houses cheap. So with your house monster, you're getting a customer. With your Millionaire Jumpstart, we're going to learn how to buy the properties and be able to make that spread in between what your customer has to work with and what you can buy the property for. You're going to make that spread plus a monthly income to boot. So definitely take advantage of what I've got available to you and get signed up for Millionaire Jumpstart. MillionaireJumpstart.com. MillionaireJumpstart.com will give you all the details about the upcoming event. And don't forget that you do have a certificate, a scholarship grant to be able to come to that. So know that everything that you need to be able to implement your house monster is available, and you have a right to come to the live training for only $99 or become a VIP. And this is what I recommend: become a VIP so that you can take advantage of all the goodies of being live and in person with me and having a private consultation with me as well, along with a bunch of other goodies, well over $1,000 worth of value when you are a VIP. So looking forward to seeing you at the next live event. Looking forward to your feedback on this page. I'd love to just hear back from you, and thank you so much for your investment in your license to the House Monster. And I know that this is a good move for you. So let's make this thing happen. Yeah, baby.
Good. All right. So now let's just tackle the eviction moratorium.
All right. What search words should I tag on to? What are we going to call this?
Eviction moratorium update.
Okay.
Or, yeah, eviction moratorium. Yeah, eviction moratorium is what we want to have in the title. That's the one that's used most often. Eviction moratoriums in almost all of them. You can also, and affordable housing. You could want to throw that in there too.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. This is on the eviction moratorium. 5, 4, 3.
Hi, it's Lou with an eviction moratorium update. Well, sure enough, amazing things have happened to all of us over this period of time since the COVID and the 2-week shutdown, right? To flatten the curve that didn't become 2 weeks, it became a lot longer than that. And with masks, without masks, and with vaccines, without vaccines, and all kinds of other things happening in the world. Well, here we are. They had given a moratorium on people paying rent, right? And that was done by a quasi-governmental agency, actually an advisory agency, comes along and says, we're just going to impose on the entire country this eviction moratorium, and we're going to screw up the works, meaning that there's a natural flow of things, and courts are there for a reason. They're to calm the waters. They're to create a flow. People sign contracts. People do what people do. Things happen to people. Bad things happen to good people, and so on. So what happens is that the courts then, when the people can't follow the terms of the contract and they won't leave on their own, the courts step in and cause them to leave on their own through the eviction process. Well, sure enough, that was shut down. Now, where do we go from here? Well, the Congress did not act. So what that means is that the Supreme Court came in and said, through a lawsuit, said that the CDC did not have the power to enact what they did, but they only did it days before the actual moratorium was to expire. So the Supreme Court said Congress would have to act, and Congress would actually have to pass a law on eviction moratoriums, and Congress did not act. They were not able to get the votes to cause that to happen. So as a result, July the 31st, it expired. Congress went into a 6-week recess. So now it really goes back to the states, and the states are going to do what the states do. So sure enough, as you can well imagine, some states have already imposed new eviction moratoriums, and other states are saying, no way, Jose, we're going back to business as usual. Now, in our own county, in the Atlanta metro area, boom, a judge just blurts out, just comes out and says, we're going to give another 60 days moratorium. So you just don't know what's going to happen. It might be a state mandate. It might be a county mandate. And whether they can do it or not, that's for another judgment on another day. But in the meantime, they do what they do, and people either abide by those rules or they don't. Now, in looking at this situation, there always are winners and there's always losers. It doesn't really matter what the scenario is. For example, foreclosures. Well, originally that was somebody that signed a mortgage and they paid that mortgage until they couldn't pay that mortgage or they wouldn't pay that mortgage, whatever the case may be. And then the bank says, hey, if you're not going to pay us, we're going to come get our collateral. And that's called a foreclosure. And there's a foreclosure process. And one of the reasons people are attracted to real estate sometimes is because of that word foreclosures. That means that they're going to get a great deal, maybe. Well, that's certainly one way to look at opportunities. But another is this eviction moratorium. Now, right now, whenever they pull this moratorium off, there's going to be a whole lot of court activity to be done. And if they are looking at the time spectrum there, if you're looking at the time spectrum, it's a log jam. There's no other way to describe it. It's a log jam, and there's going to have to be some dynamite to blast it out of there. So what's going to happen is certain evictions are going to start to occur, but then there's a huge backlog that just sits there, and it's going to sit there for quite some time. Now, we just don't know what's going to happen or when it's going to happen, but this presents an opportunity. Here's what we know. Landlords were not given a free ride. So while tenants were given the opportunity not to pay rent, whether they could pay it or not, and as a side note, a lot of them have received a lot of stimulus money, but a lot of landlords didn't get paid when the tenants got that stimulus money. Some landlords did, some landlords didn't, and certain situations. Now, you go beyond that, many of these tenants have gotten jobs and they've got income, or they've got unemployment income. So it's not like these people are sitting up in that house and can't eat or do what they need to do. They're doing it. But a lot of landlords are not getting paid. Why? Because the courts are shut down, the system is shut down. So what does that present? Well, got to know that the landlords didn't get a relief, meaning that the property taxes are still going on. Insurance is still required or has to be paid to protect the property. Mortgages, maybe they got interrupted, but most of them did not get interrupted, and mortgages are accruing if the payments are not being made. Now, the other thing is, what about water heaters and roofs and repairs on the properties? Well, the landlords have to make those repairs. So that's another thing. They have to pay those workers. They have to buy those supplies. There's a lot of expenses that the landlords have had to bear that they haven't had an offset with the rent that's coming. Well, for some landlords, they're just not even going to be able to navigate that and deal with that. So the important thing is to recognize that that's true. Now, how can you find out about that? Well, all eviction records are public record. So you can get a report from your local county and find out about those evictions. And then you can approach those landlords and find out what their plans are. And one of your offers can be, I'll take the property with the tenant in place. Now, you got to be able to navigate that situation too. So I've got a solution for you, a gift, and this is landlordreliefpkg.com, landlordreliefpkg.com, short for package. And what I've got there is a whole bunch of resources. So let's say that you get one of these properties, you get one under contract. Now you go to the resident that's there. Now we know that that resident hasn't been paying this other landlord. That's why they filed eviction papers. So what we want to do is create a situation where they will pay you. Now I've done this many times. So I want you to be aware, this is one of my strategies when I buy property, is that I always, not always, but most of the time, take over the existing tenant in the property. So when I take over that existing tenant, I've got a plan for that tenant. Now, the other thing you want to get from the landlord that you're buying from is you want to be able to buy or receive their judgment rights. So that means that any kind of money that's owed, you get an assignment of litigation rights from that landlord. And so as a result, you now have the right to evict later, but you also have the right to collect all of that back rent. Now, here's what we know. There's $46.5 billion available, and the coffers are full, baby, at the state level, and counties with 200,000 or above people living in those counties have been able to apply directly to the government for their money, and all of the states have received money, checks from the federal government. But different states have done different things in the disbursement of that money, and what we know that as of now, only about 11% of that money has been dispersed. Well, what does that mean? There's piles of money sitting out there waiting to be dispersed. And if those landlords did not make a claim to that, or if those tenants did not make a claim to that, meaning filed the appropriate paperwork, well, there's lots of opportunity right there. Now, what I've just described is just what's available at the county and the state level. But there's other agencies, many other agencies that also have funds. And so what I'm providing you in landlordreliefpkg.com is a whole list of potential agencies. Now, you're going to be looking at my list, what I give to our residents to be able to get help when they need help. And again, government is only one piece of that. There's a whole bunch of others. Then what you'll do is take my list, and I've given you a blank template there, and then you'll be able to duplicate in your area what is reflective of that. So in other words, some of the agencies that I've got on my list will also be available in your area. Other agencies, such as some of the churches that I've listed or other things, you're just going to find out what you've got available in your area. And you're going to use that as a template, so to speak, to reflect on, okay, I got to find something like that in my area. And hopefully that's going to be a great help to you. Number one, for the residents you already have, maybe you haven't caused yourself to apply for those funds. They're there. You should apply for them, and you should use other agencies as well. Number two, helping the resident to apply for those things. And I've given you a step-by-step in the landlordreliefpkg.com. So just know that that's another thing that you can create in your world. Now, I said number one, the residents that you already have. Number two, the opportunities that exist. Imagine all of those people that have filed for evictions. Many of those are going to be burned out landlords. They're going to be in a position to want out of the business. Well, there's great opportunity there because, like I said, I just gave you a secret. I just gave you a way that you can have your cake, meaning buy houses at a discount, and eat it too, meaning you've already got a resident in the house. Maybe we can not only get current rent from them because maybe they do have a job, and let's find that out, and we've got all this opportunity to collect the back rent as well. So hopefully that is of service to you. My name is Lou Brown. Love to see you at my upcoming event. It's called Millionaire Jumpstart, millionairejumpstart.com. Would love to help you to see the light, see the opportunity. There's a lot of it, not only available right now, but a tsunami coming in the future of huge discounted properties and a way to actually navigate this process. Now, one of the things that I'm going to teach you there at Millionaire Jumpstart is what we do in our business. We don't do rentals. So one of the things that's worked out for us is not following the traditional model. We do rent to own, we do owner finance, and we do cash sale. So basically on our path to home ownership, we're starting at a level where there's not only skin in the game, there's serious skin in the game from the person moving in. So know that there are ways to navigate this market that we're in right now. Put yourself in a safe zone, get a better quality resident, someone with a better mindset about their future, and as a result, you can have a much better future as well. That's just one of the pieces I'm going to teach you at Millionaire Jumpstart. Also going to teach you about protecting all that you create using trusts, the best entity on the planet that almost nobody knows about. So I'm going to be teaching you, and in fact, I'm going to be giving you some documentation. There is an awesome manual that I'm going to be sharing with you, some of my very best stuff that I have created in the business over all these years. I've been in this game for over 40 years, buying, holding, and selling properties. And I'd love to share with you what we do because it's so unique and different than what landlords do, because we're not landlords, and what buyers do, because we don't buy the traditional way. We find deals that nobody else knows about. So I'm going to teach you that as well when you come to Millionaire Jumpstart. I am looking forward to seeing you there. And hopefully this eviction moratorium is going to be of benefit to you instead of cost to you. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Yeah, baby.
Good job. I think you covered it really well.
And I didn't see the streamers coming across the bottom.
No, because I changed them all to live. And you kept saying media, so we'll put those in afterwards.
Okay, got it. Yeah, to be able to track, because we're going to do the tracking thing. Okay. Well, what about landlord relief PKG? Are we going to put, what are we going to do there?
I don't know. I think you have to talk to the team and see if you want to track that or not. Yeah. Because it could go /live.
Well, that's not really live. Okay, let that be what that is, and then we'll leave Millionaire Jumpstart to be what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. All right. Well, we'll get on these and get them up as soon as we can. And I guess it's Tony that we give the first one to.
Yes. Tina, actually.
Tina.
But
okay.
Tony was going to look at it, and then Tina was going to put it up. So maybe give it to both of them.
Well, we put it in Basecamp now, so everybody can know it's
okay. Great. And
right.
one of the things we talked about is the different what do you call those things? Lewisms, Brownisms, quotes,
oh, yeah.
whatever. We were talking about the different quotes and that you've been capturing those. Trixie sent them to us and the little videos and what have you. We were talking about doing something with all of that. And all of this that we have has transcriptions, correct?
Most of it has transcriptions, correct.
Is that also embedded in there?
Probably not. I'd have to talk to Sharub about where they are.
Okay. All right. So that's another thing that could be used. They want to develop some kind of funnel out of that drip campaign, giving people content, connecting people back, reminding people who we are, what we do.
Excellent. Yeah, the image quotes are great for that. You just send it off. Here's your thoughts for the day. And the more we can do stuff that's not a blatant pitch all the time, the more I think we can see better engagement.
Can you make that comment in there as well about that? They created a separate
Basecamp
video
page?
library.
Oh, okay. Video library.
Okay.
I'll ask Tina.
Or Erica.
Or Erica. Yeah, Erica.
She's the one that really did it. Yeah.
Okay. I'll talk to her.
Okay.
Great. All right. I'll see you in a couple hours.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay. Take it easy. Bye-bye.